He brought us 299 ounces of silver. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And they'll say, we're going to time the market. We're going to buy it right now. It's going to shoot up to the moon and we're going to sell out, and fairy tales. I ended up purchasing this from the customer, so I think they net graded this coin.
Just make sure you don't forget that vest now. I've had that vest since I was about 15. Make sure you get that vest. Make sure you get that. This was stuck down in the pocket of that vest.
Hey guys, Drew with Koosh Collectibles. Welcome back to a brand new video. In this video, we're going to be sitting down with some clients and also showing you guys how people are making a ton of money off of bullion in this coin market. So without further ado, let's jump into today's video. So in last video, we talked about bullion pressure, how this market has risen so fast in the past year, and it scared people from buying silver or gold. But we're going to answer the question, why do dealers and why do stackers continue to do so, even in a more volatile market like this one? So we're going to bust out the whiteboard, show you guys some meetings, but also show you some cool coins at the end of this video, so we hope you guys enjoy.
We are giving this 1927 $20 gold piece graded MS65 by NGC away when we hit 50,000 subscribers. On the episode after 50,000, we're going to use our random comment picker and we're going to pick the winner of this gold saint. We're 2/5 of the way there, so stick with us. Continue to like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate you.
Hey, Conrad.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. Doing all right?
Yeah, pretty good. How about you?
Doing good. Is this a good spot for you?
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, so what's the backstory on these, Conrad?
Well, I used to work as a cashier long ago when I was in school, then started saving coins every time that it would come through.
Okay.
Cash register, and that kind of got me into silver investing.
Nice.
So I had these for probably since they were like 14 bucks an ounce or something. So I don't figure in the next 10 years silver's going to double again. So I'm just going to try and reinvest it in something else.
Yeah, or it'll come back down again and you could reinvest into
yeah.
something again. Yeah, that's smart. What'd you like to start on first?
Probably just the bulk silver and everything there.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I just looked at Kitco spot price and I'm back $2, so it'd be $39.50 an ounce.
Okay.
Yep.
That's good.
Lay these out here. I'm just gonna have Casey test all these two for us.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, pretty much all. I still got the receipts for all of them from. I bought them from Provident Metals.
Oh, nice. Yeah, what we like to do is if we test them in front of you, then it at least gives the next customer like a understanding that we did.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy where silver's at right now. So.
Yeah, I know. When I first started getting into it, it was getting up to like 48 bucks an ounce, and then it just kept dropping and dropping and dropping, which was a good thing now, I guess, when you kind of look at it after the fact.
Yeah, you have two different alternatives. It either goes up and everything you have appreciates, or it comes down and you get to buy cheaper. So you just buy more.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if there's something you want me to take a look at while he's testing that, I'm happy to do that too, Conrad. So.
Yeah, all the rest. I don't think there's much aside from like face value.
Okay.
On some of these here, but just wanted to double check.
Absolutely.
This should be 0.999. I think it's just like a token or something there.
Okay.
A lot of these are just, some of them are proofs, some of them are just essentially 90% silver there.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And it's just proof set, like a 1986.
Oh, okay. So in this proof set, we'd only really be paying for the silver one. The other one's mainly just face value, which would be like 50 cents just because it's clad.
Okay.
You can kind of see that clad in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I can get you a price on this and then add 50 cents to it. It's completely up to you on that.
Okay.
90%. Right now we're paying 26 times face.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of cool working the cash register. Obviously, I didn't pay well, but you see a lot of cool stuff come through there.
Right.
It's crazy when people buy a newspaper for $2 and pay with like either Morgan dollars or just all silver quarters and stuff like that.
Yeah, where'd you work at where you were able to look at the cash register and check on that stuff? Did you work at like a gas station, or is it like a...
It's called Wawa. It's like a
nice.
gas station convenience store up in the Northeast when I lived there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, additional coins you'd like me to take a look at, Conrad? I'm just kind of making stacks based on the denomination.
Yeah.
So the dimes and the quarters, and then the war nickels and 40% are there.
Okay. These are two like trade tokens. I don't think there's much value to them, but I don't know if you want to just check them out there.
Yeah, those I wouldn't really know what to do with on those, Conrad.
Okay.
To be honest with you, so I might hand those back to you if you're okay with that.
Yeah,
no
problem.
Yeah.
Most of these, I have some proof coins if you want to check them out, but this one I'm not sure if there's any value to that one.
Yeah, most of the time with these, they just kind of mass produce these in terms of mintage, even if they were proofs.
Okay.
So, if I buy one certified sometimes, and it could be $9 or $10 if it was certified. So
I got you. It is.
yeah, so it's just they're cool coins. It's just the premium's just not there sometimes for them. So,
Okay.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 40 plus 25 plus 78 plus 4 plus 9. I have 11,975, 90. If you want to look at everything, make sure it looks right. If you want to add it all up, that'd be just fine.
Perfect. I appreciate it, guys.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yep. Take care now.
Yes, sir. You too. All right, guys. So we just wrapped our appointment with Conrad. He brought us 299 ounces of silver, and we have it all laid out for you guys. I want to show you all of it because people are selling a lot of silver right now. Silver's gone up, and people are getting rid of it because they feel like it's too high, and it's going to correct. So, yeah, scary times. Anyway, so we have a lot of 10-ounce bars here. We have a Provident 10-ounce bars. We have a OPM 10-ounce bars. We have a Elementals 10-ounce bars. We have a Sunshine Mint 5-ounce bar. OPM 1 kilogram. Prospector rounds really just weren't testing right. And so we ended up cutting this one in half, bringing it home and testing it on the Sigma. And it ended up testing just fine with all the other ones. But they're actually pretty cool rounds. People just love the prospector rounds. So the guy prospecting for gold, you can kind of see just the interesting 1-ounce round design that people love. So it was cool to be able to buy those, but a lot of premiums for everything has really gone down. I think wholesale right now is paying 80 cents back for 10-ounce bars, maybe even $1 back. So it's kind of in a weird place. And yeah, but super happy to be able to buy these from Conrad. Let us know what you guys think down below. So at the time of us making this video today, spot is around $44 for silver and around $37.70 for gold. But we're going to be using some old clips, and we used an old clip just to show you guys what we purchased silver for about a month ago. So it's kind of interesting to see that, but also now we're going to explain to you why the purpose of dollar cost averaging is important for you, your stack, and possibly if you're running a coin business. So let's jump into that whiteboard session. So today we're asking the question and answering the question, why are coin dealers and stackers still buying even in a very volatile market? And why is this market volatile? It is because, in the past 9 months, we've seen a 40% increase in the price of silver. So at the beginning of the year, you could buy silver for $31.31 an ounce, and now we're paying $44 an ounce. The goal of anybody when investing money in anything is they want to win. So we want to win in any market. And what a lot of people do is they live by emotion, and they'll say, we're going to time the market. We're going to buy it right now, it's going to shoot up to the moon, and we're going to sell out, and fairy tales. So we're actually going to be talking about how people are effective in winning in any market, and how people are not effective in winning in any market, and what coin dealers do well, and even what employees or people that work for somebody else can do well to invest in silver and gold. Once again, we are not financial advisors, as stated at the beginning of this video, but what is dollar cost averaging and what is it answering? So when you're taking a look at your inventory, you're taking a look at your stack, we're asking the question, what is the average cost per ounce of what I have? So if we're looking at gold or we're looking at silver, what are we trying to average a cost into? And I guess the way that people can obtain this is that as they continue to buy into the market, as things change, they can assume, say, hey, I'm going to be buying 1,000 ounces at $31.31. I'm buying 500 ounces at $34. I'm buying 200 ounces at $39, and I'm buying 100 ounces at $44, right? What they're going to do is they're going to add up all their silver, they're going to average it all together, and they're going to say, hey, my dollar cost average is $35.60. If their dollar cost average is $35.60 per ounce of silver, as they buy silver as it goes up, they're really mitigated their risk already because of when they started to buy the silver or when they started to buy the gold, right? And so this is what employees, people that work for somebody else, and dealers do very well. And we're going to talk about that just a little bit more in a moment. But we're going to go back to the fundamentals of why they can make certain plays. And what we do is we try to preserve capital here at Acoustic Collectibles, which means we try to keep our overhead as low as possible so we can make plays that are a little bit of a longer stretch. The more money you have, the better play that you can make. So if you're sitting on $1 million and one guy sitting on $10,000, who's going to be able to make a better play in the long run? Well, the person with $1 million, because what they're doing is they're playing the market up, they're playing the market down, etc., etc. If you only have $10,000 and someone walks into your office and says, hey, I have 3 gold eagles, well, you're not playing the market. You are selling your gold as soon as you can for a 3% profit. We'll say, hey, I've been buying gold all the way up until this point, and it's probably risen the same as silver at 40%. So for the past 9 months, I've been buying gold, and it's risen up, whatever. Now my return on the gold is 25%. So you could see the differing percentages from the plays that we can make based on the amount of capital you might have. So as you start to create a business or you start to put money away after a paycheck, you're actually making plays based on the capital preservation that you have, right? If you're preserving capital, you can make better plays. And another thing that we also try to do is keep records of what we are, buying on a daily basis. So if you're buying, hey, I'm buying a 10th ounce gold eagle today, and I'm buying 100 ounces of silver, and we're trying to keep a consistent record of what our cost average might be, because that really revolves around the exit, right? So what is an exit? So say, hey, you know what? Once silver hits $47 an ounce, I'll be happy, and I'm going to exit there, and I'm going to assume profit, and then I'm going to wait for the market to go back down again, right? Whatever you want to do. So we're trying to keep a fast lock-in. And what is a fast lock-in? So I can call someone right now, lock in all my silver. I can call someone right now and lock in all my gold. But if I don't know the quantity of what I have or the dollar cost average of what I have, then that's a major problem. So when we're talking about dealers and they're sitting on a certain amount of capital, you also have to ask the question, what are you buying gold for right now? What are you buying silver for right now? And a lot of shops that I've talked to, silver, they're buying it for, I've heard some people say they're paying $3 back, right? Let's just use that metric. And gold, I have some people saying they're paying 95 to 97%. Most shops, on average, are paying 95 to 97% because there's no premiums, which means there's nothing above the silver spot price that people are willing to pay to sell it to them. So if wholesale is paying, $1 back, I'm making $2 an ounce. If wholesale is paying 99%, then I'm only making 4%, or I'm making 2%, right? So it's a very small amount. But if I'm continually buying up the market, I'm not only getting a discount for right now, but I'm also mitigating my risk because I'm actually buying in lower than what the current spot price is. And so what I call this is a game of jumping rope. So a game of jumping rope is, I believe silver, I believe in gold, and I'm going to start buying because I just believe in it, right? So I started buying, say, at $31 an ounce. Assume that if the market continues to appreciate, that I am actually not trying to time the market, I am just mitigating the risk, because if silver continues to go up, then great, then I made a return. But the question is, if $31.31 was the highest price of silver this year, and it continued to go down, what happens? Well, I can keep buying on the way down. I can buy at 28, and I can buy at 24. And since I believe in silver and I believe in gold, I'm getting a cheaper price. I'm getting more to my stack, right? So the question really revolves around, do you believe in the product that you're investing in? And so the people that try to time the market, they're saying, I'm going to buy at 44 right now, dude, and it's going to go to $80 an ounce, bro, and I'm going to make this crazy profit. But in all reality, that's not reality. The people that are making the most money are the people that started sooner, that invested over time, and that allowed them to make a return, especially maybe in this market if they want to sell, right? And so you actually have a lower risk in a more volatile market. When you're talking about a dealer in specific, dealers are sitting on most of the time more capital than an employee, so this guy might be coming in for 1 gold eagle or 100 ounces of silver, but coin shops might be buying 10 gold eagles today, or they might be buying 1,500 ounces of silver today, right? So they're buying a lot more in volume, and they're also people that pay a lot of people up front, and they have a lot of revolving door customers, right? A guy might want to sell 1,500 ounces of silver, turn it into gold. You're making money on both ends, yada, yada, yada. But what I call these down here, I call them levers. And the reason why I call them levers is because as things come in, you allocate that capital to a few different pockets. You got gold and silver, you have coins, you have jewelry, and you can extend it on. Watches, whatever, right? And so what you're doing is you're actually betting on certain levers, and you can actually pull the lever to liquidate that certain class. You can actually liquidate just a part of that class also, right? So what am I talking about in general? When you're talking about gold and silver, you say, hey, I feel like gold and silver is undervalued right now. It's only at 31 an ounce. We're going to keep a certain percentage. We're going to keep 40% of our capital involved in gold and silver, and we're going to keep 20% involved in coins, and we're going to keep, the rest, let's say 40% in jewelry. So we're keeping all these levers available, and as we feel like, hey, you know what, silver, if it hits $50, I'm going to sell silver, and I'm going to turn it back to cash again, and then I'm going to take that money and I'm going to put it back into another lever, which is coins, because I feel like coins might be undervalued, right? So you can start to make certain plays based on the certain pockets that you work in. So if we were to add one more goal, we're trying to work smart and not hard. Which means if we start to allocate a lot of time to capital preservation, we can end up making smarter plays instead of working hard all the time, which means we're taking lower amount of profit for more volume. So there's just so much hard work going into all these things that are going on, instead of making a smarter play, which is just, I'm going to ride the market up, ride the market down, I believe in silver, I can pay my bills, etc. When we're talking about employees, they have less capital to work with, which is a disadvantage right off the bat. They say, hey, I believe in gold and silver, but I only have, 10% of my income that I can allocate towards gold and silver. And then once I buy that gold and silver, is it really going to ever create a crazy return, right? So if we're talking about quantity and volume, that might create a bigger return, because say you're sitting on $100,000 and 90% or $1 million and 90%. That money is working for you and you're safe. But say, hey, you know what, I only invested 10% of my income and I've been doing this for 15 years. You're going to make a sizable amount of money, but you have less capital that you've invested in it, so of course the return's going to be less. And also, you're not really going to be turning that gold and silver right back to cash again, or you're not going to be able to exit as easier, because you're not only getting hit on the front end for the premium, but you're also getting hit when you go to sell it, because now the dealer has to make the money as well. If we were to sum up everything here today, we would be focused on dollar cost averaging, because that's how you mitigate risk in a volatile market. Try to preserve your capital, try to keep great records, and also learn to jump rope. Don't learn to live on emotions. And then we talk about dealers. You know what? That's why dealers make so much money, because they're trying to work on many markets, and they feel like if a market will appreciate in a certain time period, they can make a better profit for them and their company. Know what you're buying for things for. So if you're a dealer, what are you buying it for? But also, what do you have into each ounce? Work smart, not hard. We hope the whiteboard session painted kind of a clearer picture of what it's like to spend money on silver and gold, especially in a market where things could be high one day and drop dramatically the next day. We hope it brought you guys some clarity. Please leave your questions down below. And now we're going to be jumping into another meeting with Fred. Fred's going to be bringing in some American Silver Eagles. We're going to be buying those from him. And then we're going to be jumping into some new purchases that we're going to be showing you guys. If you guys ever want to sell us anything, you guys can reach out to us at 832-538-4122 with photos, or you guys could email us at acousticcollectibles@gmail.com. If you guys ever want to buy anything from us, you guys can go on our website, acousticcollectibles.com, or you guys can check out our eBay. We'll have all those links in the description down below for you.
Glad you were able to find it. A lot of people don't.
Well, I was going, I was expecting a second floor office. How are y'all?
I'm Drew. Nice to meet you.
Sorry, guys, about the tarnish on some of these.
You're all right.
They've been in a box forever. So.
Okay. Welcome to Houston. You could have fun with...
Yeah, I live in South Louisiana, so that humidity is just... All right, so this is probably the
The better one?
Yeah, the better one. They've been in that thing ever since. Now, one of these has got that little fractional.
So you're working on getting some things repaired, you said, or buying a new piece of equipment? Or?
Yeah, I started kind of in my spare time building furniture.
Oh, okay.
And I guess I got pretty good at it. I got a guy who wants me to build him a conference room table.
Oh, wow.
Sounds expensive.
It's going to be very expensive, but I need to get a jointer, right? And I got one now, but it's kind of a little, kind of a hobbyist one, right? I need to get one a little bit better, so I'm going to spend this on that.
Yeah, sometimes the best thing is to kind of, if you feel like you need to move money from one place to another, at least you have a use for it,
Yeah. I had a buddy of mine who had gotten a lung cancer, and I stayed with him till right there to the end. But he had a hunting vest, and he says, "Get that camouflage hunting vest I got. There's a little shell vest that they put when they go hunting. They have the shotgun shells in it, right?" I said, "I'll get it. Nah, just make sure you don't forget that vest now. I've had that vest since I was about 15. Make sure you get that vest. Make sure you get that." This was stuck down in the pocket of that vest. He lasted about 2 more weeks after that. He was in bed. He was sick. I just knew every breath was going to be his last. And he looks at me and says, "Hey," he said, "hand me my guitar." He said, "I'm not dying in this bed today." That dude got up out of that bed.
Sounds like a fighter.
Yeah, he's a tough guy.
This is what I have. So I have 3856 times 37, which is 1426.72. I'm paying $350 for the 10th ounce, so it would add up to that.
Okay, good.
All right.
Yeah.
All I need is an ID from you.
All right. Well, I got that. Thanks, fellas. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Appreciate y'all making payments for me.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Fred.
Talk soon.
Yes, sir.
Got my number. Call if you need anything.
Absolutely.
All right, guys.
Thank you, Fred.
Thank you.
All right, guys. The first coin I want to show you in this video is this $17.95 flowing hair half dollar. So this one actually ended up, it used to be in an Annex Fine 12 holder. I think a collector cracked it out. Maybe he thought it was undergraded, and it came back VG8 after we sent it express to PCGS, and then we ended up purchasing this from the customer. So I think they net graded this coin just because it's been cleaned a little bit of a while ago. You can kind of see this, bluish red toning that really comes out from old cleaning. So this one is a good little type coin for you if you're looking for it. Next coin I want to show you is this 1891 Carson City. It's graded Mint State 62 CAC. Gorgeous $5 coin for sure. Definitely choice and original. Definitely one of the more common dates for a CC gold piece. But when you're offering it to the public, sometimes they're just looking for something with Carson City on it. They're not wanting to spend a ton of money on a better date. So this one will fit that mold for a lot of people. Next coin we purchased was from the Grapevine Coin Show this weekend. It has just attractive, nice looking crust, early cap bust half. You really don't see a lot of these. You see a lot of them in poor, really low condition. But this one has full detail, nice luster, gorgeous crust, and it is CAC approved, XF45. And so this one we felt like would be a great purchase for somebody that's wanting a gorgeous cap bust half. Then we have this 1898S Morgan Dollar, mostly white. You can kind of see a little like dye polish off in the left field above the forehead there. Just a nice, attractive looking better date, CAC approved. I mean, the cheek is just extremely attractive, especially for a 64 standard. Gorgeous gemmy luster. So when you're kind of looking at coins, I think most collectors are looking for nice, attractive, pure luster. Luster that really wasn't brought out from anything else other than, just how nice the strike was, where it was minted, everything else. But this one did receive CAC approval. Then we have this 1936 Texas commemorative half dollar. It's graded Mint State 66. So rather problem-free fields. Nice kind of like attractive light patina. And that gemmy luster kind of jumping out underneath that. Texas move a lot for us, especially because we live in Texas. But also it's just one of the most collected designs of commemorative half dollars. So this one is going to be a good one for the website. Last but not least, we have this 1932D Washington quarter. It's graded Mint State 63. Once again, we wanted to buy something with some nice eye appeal in terms of luster. It is a little hazy, you can see when you're kind of tilting it down there. But when you're looking for kind of a better date, this one definitely is that for you because, you know, the Washington quarters, there are very few dates that actually are collectible and carry a nice premium. So this one would start you off right. And this one I think just has a little bit of like this undertone of toning. Maybe it was just sat in a roll for a while and it has a little bit of that moisture look to it. So thank you guys for taking a look at all of these new purchases. You can see them on acousticcollectibles.com. We want to thank you guys for watching today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like. Comment your thoughts on what we had to talk about today. And also subscribe. We're coming close to, I think, 22,000 subscribers. So we're excited to hit that milestone. And we will see you guys in the next video.